everybody, and welcome to the Table Tokens live stream. Um, Check out our chief artificer has started up a new Kickstarter for some dice that he's working on doing. Steven, if you could send out the link in the chat, do we have that functionality?
Are we on Discord? Or I mean, sorry, where are we streaming right now?
We're on Twitch.
We're on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Okay.
Mike, can you send me the Twitch link?
The Twitch link is coming right up. Where would you like that?
Just in the Discord chat would be perfect.
Okay, he will be posting the link to that Kickstarter in the Twitch chat. So give it a look.
I want to make it very clear that while I'm working on this, I'm still producing tokens.
Oh yes.
Just it's been insane. I came up with some dice the other day because I wanted to. Well, Michael's in this other campaign that I'm in, that he can also attest to what happened, but we had 3 character deaths in one session. And so my newest character is a healer, and so I thought it would be fun for her to have some unique dice, and I own a prototyping lab effectively, and so I catted up some unique healing dice and threw them together, and they worked out. And as a result, it was... And then I dropped them onto Reddit. It exploded, way bigger than I was anticipating, and I realized that I kind of had to act on it now or let it fade. And so I was like, no, I'm going to act on it now. So Healer's Dice are now on Kickstarter, because there's no way for me to make enough to meet demand if I'm trying to make them myself. And yeah, it just wouldn't work. But yeah, consider backing it, consider sharing it, and thank you guys very much for everything.
I'll tell you guys what, the joys of supply chain and logistics. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, getting quotes on injection molding has been an experience. I was originally wanting to manufacture in America. It would make the dice cost $1.50 each to manufacture in America. That's per die. That's the best quote I've received so far. I now understand very clearly why it's done overseas so much.
Well, there you go. So keep an eye out for that Kickstarter. Great dice. Steven showed them to me, and I believe most of us have seen them. Really cool concept. So check that out, guys. Definitely something worth looking into. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the adventure. Last we'd left the party, they had just fought a horde of harpies that enchanted not almost all of the party members, but enchanted about half of the party members at some point throughout the fight.
Just the ones with advantage against it.
Yes, only the ones with advantage. They did all fly back into the well that they had come from, and there are 2 harpy carcasses left on the floor. Also, this door is now surrounded by glowing blue runes and has cracked open. So, party, what would you like to do?
Well, I can't let a tradition die, so I'm going to remove the eye, one eye from each of the harpies, and put it in a bag.
It has all the eyes.
Make a medicine check. I want to see how well you can remove these eyes.
Oh, I'm not particular about getting them out in a clean fashion. Hang on. All right.
You said the door was cracked.
Hey, dirty 20.
Okay. Even though the biology of these harpies is a little unfamiliar to you, you are able to successfully remove the eyes. And yes, Brielle, the door is cracked open.
Can I go kind of peek into the door and see what I see?
Yes, you may. You see a room that looks very similar to the first room that you entered.
Okay.
Except there's something different. The southwestern dragon statue, the orb that it is holding, is lit up and is glowing with a soft green light. The rest of the orbs are dark.
I'm going to guess there are 4 rooms.
I comprehend. Well, at minimum 4 rooms.
Yes.
All right.
Whether there's something after that. Oh, I suppose I can't really talk. I'm going to. Well, no. If the next room is going to be another riddle room, I suppose I'll change back. But I was going to just stay a lion until we went through.
You could and then find out, but
I'll stay a lion until we walk into the next room.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to follow them into the next room as well. Harvesting eyes from the harpies.
You said there were runes that were lit up by the door, right?
Yes.
Can I see what those say, maybe?
They are in a language unfamiliar to you.
I think she still has comprehend language on.
No, Oh, yeah, from the harpy.
You used it from the harpy.
Oh, that's true. How long does comprehend language last? Is that like a 10-minute spell?
I don't remember. Let me look. I forgot I had that on.
1 hour. Okay.
That's amazing.
The overall message that you're getting is it's praising the might and the glory of the dragons.
Okay. Cool. That makes sense. That is the dragon temple.
Well, and like I said, I can always read anything, so that's...
She also reads Draconic, so I don't know what it's written in, but...
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. Well, so messages praising the might and the glory of the dragons surround the door. Would you like to go through, or...
This is a wee bit arrogant, but you know what? I am going to... Thankfully, we've taken a short rest.
Have we taken a short rest?
Have we?
We were taking a short rest at the end of last session so we could level up.
Were we?
Oh,
I thought that was the session before, wasn't it?
You're right, that was the session
We had the
before.
harpies again.
I am down 1 spell, that is correct. All right, well, I'm going to detect magic and peer through the door and see if I can see anything on the other side.
Okay. In fact, as everybody is looking through the door now, very, very familiar room that I will move you to.
Oh boy.
Almost exactly the same as the entry room that you entered. The only difference is that this time the northern 2 dragons are the red and the gold statue, but the southern dragons, you have a black dragon and you have a brass dragon.
I'm going to instantly pounce to here and check for a wyvern.
No wyverns in sight. This room is empty, but there are reliefs carved into the walls.
No clay golems either.
No clay golems.
All right, what do the reliefs look like?
So on the western wall, the relief is set against a background depicting a sun beating down on fields and plains. There are armies of fiends and dragons led by the green dragon, the great green dragon doing battle against armies of humanoids. The eastern wall is set against the background of a sun-baked plain, and it depicts the army of fiends and dragons laying waste to cities and villages. The large green dragon is watching on with pleasure. There are 4 carvings on the northern wall, 1 here, 2 in this area, and 1 here surrounding the close to the doorway, clustered around the doorway. One of the carvings is a beautifully carved eagle. Another is a king giving an address. A third is an exquisite carving of a beautiful man and a beautiful woman. And the last carving is a leader at the head of a band of soldiers.
All right, is there any magic to any of these carvings or any writing on them?
You do see a slight magic to the walls, a slight magic to the relief. You also see a magic, again, emanating from the orbs.
So is the dragon in the relief, is it the same Eden identified earlier?
Yes, it's the same green dragon. Yes.
Okay.
Very well. I'm going to go over and examine the statues.
Okay, make an investigation check.
All right. Could I do it at passive investigation check?
If you would like,
Yeah, let's
that's
do
up
that.
to you.
Let's do a passive investigation.
What's your pass?
19.
19? Okay.
That's
Very,
why I'd rather do that.
very masterfully carved. You have never seen craftsmanship as exquisitely detailed and free of flaws as you see when you examine each of these four statues. Each of them is in the identical pose, in an identical pose, almost sitting down, three legs on the ground with one leg up, holding the orb. Again, this black dragon statue is holding an orb that's glowing a soft green with a soft green light. The rest of the orbs are unlit.
Artemilius has felt the unlit orb before. He will attempt to touch the lit orb and see if it feels different.
Okay, so the lit orb is again emanating a slight warmth, much as the unlit orb in the same position was. It doesn't feel as though the heat or the feeling emanating from it has changed.
Okay. Is the far door sealed?
No, the far door is cracked open as well.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to say I do not believe there is anything for us to do in this room at this time. As in the opening room, all we had to do was pass the test of the Guardian to enter the temple. Shall we examine the next room?
I agree.
I nod.
Okay.
Okay, let's move you into the next room.
Come here.
Okay, you enter a smallish room, very well kept, very clean. A desk stands in the middle of the room, occupied by a stack of parchment and an open book. An empty chair lined with fur on the arms and back is at the desk. A simple chandelier hangs from the ceiling. It provides decent lighting. There's a small table in the corner with a teapot and two teacups and a beautiful painting of a nature scene over here on the wall. These are, one is a cabinet, both of these are cabinets with closed doors, both of these right here. A simple wooden door occupies the far wall.
I'm gonna walk up and flip through the pages of the book, or
So
look what.
so will Artemilius. That'll be what draws
Helen will
attention.
go up and investigate the book as well.
What languages do all speak who are investigating the book with the exception of Helen?
Let's see. Elven, Primordial, Common, Sylvan.
Elvish, Dwarvish, and Common.
Okay. Helen, you are the only one who can make out, who can understand what it says. You don't know what language it's written in, but you can understand. You can understand the meaning of the words.
Because my dark powers give me understanding.
Yes, and neither Brielle or Artemilius are familiar with the language that the book is written in.
Well, I say this
but-
pointless and push it to Helen.
The book seems to be an exhaustive treatise on the politics, ethics, and manners of the courts found on the continent of Voyan. And by exhaustive, I mean it goes into excruciatingly painful detail, at least on the pages that you're open to. Very small text, very neatly written, lots of very dry information.
I am going. Let's see, what's in this room? There's a tea set, there are two wardrobes, and there's a
Tea
door.
set, two wardrobes,
And
a simple wooden
picture.
door, and a picture hanging from the wall.
Okay, I'm going to look through the book and see if I can find any references to how you handle tea, what you do if there are pictures, how you'd handle a wardrobe, or what you do at doors.
Ooh, okay. Make a general investigation check.
Okay.
You may use your passive if you would like. It's up
I
to
think
you.
I'll just use the 19 for this.
Okay, so with the 19, it's a very thick book. It's got to be close to 1,000 pages. You find no table of contents. You find no glossary, no it just starts straight into chapter 1, detailing the intricacies and politics in the court of Strawn, the kingdom to the north. And it's dry. I mean, you scan it as best you can, but there's a lot of information in there, and you don't find any specific information that has to do with any of the specifics in the room.
Do you tell us what's in it, Helen?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and explain to you what I've
Okay,
been finding.
and this investigation is going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes to complete that initial scanning.
So
that works.
I say to the party, wasn't Strawn the kingdom that at least supposedly sent their emissary to the bandits?
I believe so. It sounds familiar.
The ones that wanted the distraction at Wolfstall to start a war?
That is correct.
Ooh, good memory on that.
Yeah, seriously, good memory.
Thank you. My memoir is useful for something. I will attempt to pick up the book and bring it if Helen doesn't warn me off.
All right. I will say perhaps you should pay for the book if you're going to try and take the book.
Mm-hmm. That definitely makes sense. As a historian, can I just make a check to see if I would know how much a tome like that would cost?
Yes. Make a general history check.
Okay. Yay, I am an expert in history now because of being a rogue. Let's see. 14.
14. It doesn't seem like it seems like it would be a valuable book to a very small percentage of the population. Much more of a scholarly kind of book. Perhaps 2 gold pieces, 3 gold pieces, maybe. Seems like it might be an appropriate price.
In that case, I will make what I feel is a fitting trade and leave 1 copy of my memoir in exchange for the book.
Okay.
Helen, seeing that this is happening, just kind of glares at Artemiles and leaves 5 gold pieces on the table as well.
Okay, Helen, mark 5 gold pieces from your inventory. By the way, Helen, through your investigation, you do find that there are 9 chapters in the book, one dealing with each of the 9 kingdoms on the continent of Voyan. Those kingdoms are, and I don't expect you to remember all of this, but there's the kingdom of Strawn, which is to the north, mountainous area inhabited mainly by dwarves and Goliaths. There's the kingdom of Esheim, which has the most notable Academy for the Arcane Arts, inhabited mainly by humans. There's the kingdom of Valarin, which is a hilly, foresty area. It's actually a bunch of allied territories, not one unified kingdom. There's Alia, the kingdom of the elves. That's to the south. It's kind of in the middle of Voyan. It's heavily forested. There's the kingdom of Felder, which is a bunch of plains inhabited by nomads. There's the nation of Heldal, which is the only one to the north of Strawn and a frozen tundra inhabited mainly by dragonborn and tieflings. There's Fidona, which is Fidona. That's where some of the best bards come from. Very known for their skills of entertainment, very known for their trade. There's Adrenas, which is a kind of a swampy area, more towards the south. Lots of thieves, lots of rogues and whatnot come from Adrenas. In fact, it's the head of the worldwide guild of thieves known as the Pact. There's the kingdom of Sahan, which is a desert area, desert and mountains. Inhabited mainly by goblins, gnomes, and dwarves. And then there's the Kingdom of Valor to the south. And that one is inhabited mainly by humans, dwarves, and dragonborn. very antagonistic towards arcane magic. There is an exhaustive chapter dealing with each of these kingdoms.
All right. I'm going to focus on Strawn, I believe.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I am looking at this wardrobe. I'm going to check it for traps before I open it. And then
Make
Which
an
one
investigation
are you
check.
looking at? Can I look at the other wardrobe?
Yes, checking it for traps as well.
I'm still a lion.
Oh, let's throw your lion token onto the board.
So, for my investigation, I have a 3.
Seems pretty safe.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Make a constant. No, just kidding. It's a wardrobe. Okay. You open it up. Some clothing looks remarkably well preserved. Not the fanciest. I mean, it's fine clothing. It seems durable, well made. Maybe not necessarily something that a noble would wear all the time. Perhaps something more of what you would expect to find in a knight's wardrobe.
Okay. I think I'm going to... Can I further investigate the clothing? I'm not planning on taking anything. I just want to look. Like, check pockets and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Make an investigation check. And Brielle, what did you were checking a wardrobe too, correct?
Yeah, I'll check the other wardrobe.
Okay.
Can I check for traps first? I
Yes.
doubt anything, but you never know. What would that be under?
Investigation.
Thank you. Just want to make sure I see what that is.
As a lion, can I still read?
Let's see. You wild shaped into a lion, so yes, you keep your mental stats.
Can I walk up to... Wait, did Artemis already take the book?
Yes. Yes, Artemiles has taken the book.
Okay.
13.
You can read my book on the table. If you want.
13 seems pretty safe. You're not able to find any signs of traps.
I open it.
Okay, very similar to what Matthias found. This one is mainly cloaks, some thicker robes, things to be worn over regular clothing in the case of cold weather.
Could I cast... Sorry. Can I cast see invisibility on the room? See if there's anyone in there who's invisible?
You cast it on yourself, and it lasts for an hour, and you can just see invisible things for that hour.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? I'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you can do that.
It's a very, very useful spell that no wizard should ever not have.
Oh,
It completely negates invisibility and greater invisibility.
Well,
For you.
can I turn that on?
yes, you may. So Brielle pulls out a small pinch of talc and a small sprinkling of silvered powder or powdered silver from her component pouch, mixes them together, leans up and sprinkles them slightly in her eyes while muttering a few arcane words. Brielle, your eyes seem to open as you look around the room, but you don't see anything that you didn't see before. It doesn't seem that there's anything invisible located in the room.
As a prince, nobleman background, can I come and see if I can notice anything off about the tea setting?
Yes, make an investigation check.
Does anyone check the other door?
9.
Seems like a tea setting.
I'm actually going to investigate the tea set as well.
Okay.
Is there tea in the teapot? Is I guess my question.
As you open up the teapot, no. Actually, yes, there is tea within the teapot.
Is it stale or is it fresh?
It smells fairly fresh.
Drink it.
I'm going to take, and I'm going to pour it into both of the mugs on the table, and then I'm just going to set one mug on the side of the table.
Being the cook that I am,
Okay.
can I go over and investigate the tea to see what it was made out of?
Yes. Make an investigation check. Are you proficient in investigation, Matthias?
I am not proficient in investigation.
Okay, for this specific check, I will let you add your proficiency modifier to it because it is dealing with food, and that does tie into your background.
Okay. So that is a 21.
Oh, very nice. It seems to be made from leaves from the peppermint tree.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this should be safe to drink.
Small.
There you go.
I'd like to prowl over to the door and just, obviously because I can't speak, I will point at the door, like the door, the new door on the opposite side.
Okay. You guys, whoever is watching sees the lion come over, point at the door.
Well, go ahead. Oh, you
I'll-
cannot. You don't have walk.
I'll walk over and just try the door at this point because I've
Door is unlocked.
I would like to look at the picture before we head out, just in case it's important. But
Okay, the picture is a beautiful nature scene, mountains, forests, and a brilliant blue lake. You can even make out a small rowboat on the lake.
I'm gonna see him look at the painting, walk over to the painting, try to take it off the wall, realize I'm too small, and then ask Artemiles to do it.
sure, I can try to take the painting off the wall.
Make a strength check.
I don't like those. Is it a strength saving roll? No.
Nope. Straight up check.
Yep. 12.
The painting is very, very firmly attached, unable to dislodge it or to loosen it. Helen, by the way, at the door, so it is unlocked. Are you going to try to open the door?
I feel bad somehow about the idea of opening this door. I'm actually just kind of going to step away. I'm going to investigate the door. Is there any writing around it?
There is no writing around the door.
Any
Okay.
magic? 'Cause
No
yes,
magic around the door either.
Is the door itself magical?
Nope. Just seems to be a plain wooden, reinforced wooden, but a plain wooden door.
Oh.
Okay, in that
I'm
case,
gonna
I
say,
will try.
let's go and push the door open.
Oh, but wait, as I see Braille walking towards the door, I'm gonna make the recommendation that she walk into the previous room to see if there's anything invisible in there.
Oh, sure.
Ooh,
Good
good
idea.
thinking.
Maybe
So
save my life.
Brielle heads back into the other room. As Brielle is heading through the door into the room to the previous room, Helen, you push open the door. Immediately, a silver gauntlet flies out, grabs the handle, and slams the door shut in your face.
What was that? I stopped for a moment and I just kind of pause and just kind of look at the door dumbfounded for a bit.
By the way, Brielle, nothing invisible in the room to the south. You don't see anything new.
I rushed back into the other room, hearing a clang or a crash.
I'll growl.
Yeah, a crash. Crash as the door slams shut.
A weird noise.
I will growl at the door.
You can growl at the door.
I'm gonna try knocking on the door.
Okay.
Oh.
Helen knocks at the door. Silence throughout the room after the sound of the knock fades.
All right, I'm gonna go back over to the table, pick up a cup of tea, carry it to the door, and knock again.
Again, you're holding the cup of tea. You knock again. Sound of the knocking fades into silence.
All right. In this case, I will gently push the door just a little bit and offer out the cup of tea.
Okay. You push the door a little bit. Offer out the cup of tea. Door stays open. Nothing, no movement, no nothing. As you push it open a little bit more, you see a silver gauntlet lying motionless on the ground. The gauntlet is giving off a magical essence.
Okay. What form of magic is it?
Ooh, this would be. Let's see. Now, I want to say enchantment, but I think I would be completely wrong with this one. It's actually a universal form of magic. It just seems to be a general magical aura, not really focused on a single school.
Got it. Sweet. Well, that's good to know. All right. Well, I will investigate the gauntlet if I can, and just take a look at it. Attempt to pick it up.
Okay. You pick it up, stays motionless, continues to give off that faint magical aura, appears as lifeless as any other gauntlet you have seen before.
I'll take it back into the room, set it on the chair.
Okay. Stays on the chair. No movement. Just kind of.
Artemilius has been looking for a gauntlet for a while. He will try to put it on.
It seems to mold to your hand-shaped Artemilius. As you put it on, it slightly adjusts in size.
It's like
Okay.
Hang on, do I happen to have the identify spell by any chance?
I do not. So
Helen, by the way, you did notice wisps of the school of abjuration that were fading away into the air, coming off of the glove.
Very well.
But they're totally gone now. There's no more abjuration magic.
In that case, perhaps shall we pass through the door?
let's do.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Artemilius, would you like to go first?
Allow you to go or like me?
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
So, tell me, is this area...
Big? Yes.
Okay, here we go. So Fog of War is on here
All right.
for a specific reason. It's a very dark corridor, but it is very dimly lit. It's not completely dark.
Is it not magically lit?
No, there are
Magically dark?
nope, not magically dark. There are
I can see perfectly in it.
There are a few torches
Dang it!
lit
Then I
on
can't
the
see
walls.
perfectly in it.
No, you don't. Have
But
Torches.
very long corridor. In fact, you guys can see all the way down to.
Real and I see really well in the light, so.
I was gonna say thank you.
I'm gonna use
And
my
Ichabod.
drift globe. I have I cast the daylight spell today?
You cast it yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think I've cast it today, right?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I do so.
Okay. Lights up a long corridor. Large stone corridor. There is a wall down here at the very end with no apparent doorways.
Okay, and Helen, you still have detect magic on, right?
I pretty much perpetually I flicker it on and off just to check things quite regularly.
Okay. So I'm
And
guessing
when I'm in this area, I'm just going to have it on.
Okay. I'm guessing
And
you
Brielle
don't
has
see anything.
the invisibility, so.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk about halfway up, cautiously, slowly.
Oh dear.
Okay. Make a dexterity save. No, just kidding. Nothing,
I'm going to follow Matthias in this case.
and nothing happens. It seems to just be a long corridor, long empty corridor.
Okay, I'm going half this way again. Half the half. If nothing happens, I'm gonna go all the way and look at the wall without touching it.
Okay. Is everybody following?
Yes.
Can I investigate the walls as we go?
Yes.
Well,
Yes. Make an investigation check.
I'll do.
Okay, and we're going to get rid of Sildar here and replace him with his lion.
Yay.
17.
17. What appeared to be rough mason work is actually expertly put together. Very solid construction. nothing magical or mysterious about it necessarily, but very, very well constructed.
Right.
At the end of the hallway, Artemiles will put his hand that is now in the gauntlet on the wall.
Okay. So I'm going to move everybody up, just assuming that you all have come up here so that I can prepare the next part of this map. Okay, so,
Wait, did we seriously do everything right?
well, so you put your hand on the wall, nothing. No reaction.
Spoke too soon.
Oh,
All right. Well,
Is-
I'm going. Is there any magical aura on the wall?
There is not.
I'm going to knock on the wall and see if it's hollow.
Sounds very solid.
I would like to investigate the wall and see if there happen to be any sort of trigger mechanisms or something like unto one.
Active or passive?
Let's go with passive, because to beat my passive, I have to roll a 16.
Okay. You don't seem to find any trigger mechanisms, nothing like that, but you do notice two very faint lines of let me double check. I believe this two very faint lines of magic. These are let's see. These are enchantment, very faint, just two very faint lines,
Running which way?
horizontally on the wall.
I am going to trace them.
Okay. You carefully trace the lines. Nothing seems to happen.
All right. In that case, I will.
I'm gonna start pushing all the rocks around what he just traced.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so Matthias presses the rocks. None of them seem to give. They all seem to be a very solid part of a very solid wall. What's the rest of the party doing?
I'm observing.
Okay.
I'm standing up there with Matthias, kind of conversing with him and examining the wall.
Okay. Brielle?
Probably observing.
Ichabod?
Might
Yeah,
not-
observing right now.
Okay, all observing the wall. Okay.
Artemiles has had experience in things like this that were traps, so he's going to be looking on guard for projectiles.
Okay. Helen, you notice. Okay, not that here. I need to do a quick change here. Okay. Helen, while conversing with Matthias, you happen to turn around and you notice there is now a wall right behind the party as well.
We're gonna
Oh.
get squished.
This is remarkably interesting.
As you notice this wall behind the party, you hear a very slight, faint grinding sound. Matthias and Artemiles, you both
joy.
see two eyes open up. One right here and one right here, carved
Where?
into the stone. It's not like living eyes, stone eyes, staring directly back in the direction that you came from.
I'm gonna cover both of them.
Okay. Matthias covers both of the eyes.
Oh.
Doesn't seem to have any effect. I mean, they're not looking at you anymore, so there's that.
In that case, I'm going to turn eyes. My patron is heavily eye-based anyway. Would I know anything about eyes?
You happen to have a bag full of them. I think you know something
Well-
about eyes.
I'm
For
going to pull
this-
an eye out and offer it to the eyes.
Okay, you pull an eye out and offer it to the eyes. Helen, you specifically, due to your patron, make a history check.
Okay.
Helen, is it a specific eye?
This would just be due to Helen's general knowledge of eyes.
Nope, that's a 7.
Yeah, you got nothing. So you offer an eye.
Finish
All
your
right,
sentence.
I'm
Oh.
going to attempt then to bow and avert my gaze from the eyes.
Okay. What's the rest of the party doing?
Artemilius,
I'm turning off the drift globe.
Okay. It's pretty dark. There's still a torch burning on the wall, providing light.
Matthias,
But
do you happen to have dark vision now?
I have dark vision goggles.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
use prestidigitation to snuff out the torch.
So Artemilius has not had good history with punching eyes in dungeons, but he's going to try it again.
okay. Make an attack roll.
Yeah. Let's see. The bow is still cursed, so we are at +5.
You know the funny part, Andrew? I distinctly remember discussing this entire thing with you, and I don't
24.
remember any of the puzzles.
Ha! Perfect. Perfect. Yeah,
20.
I shared this whole thing with Steven like almost like 4 or 5 months ago.
24 on an unarmed strike against
24.
the wall.
You hit the wall. It hurts like heck. You just punched a super solid stone wall, and your knuckles are a little bruised and bleeding. Smart's pretty good.
Yeah, 5 damage worth to the wall.
Ichabod's
Alright.
going to walk up to the eyes and ask the eyes what they want.
They stare in stony silence directly back in the direction that you came from.
He's going to shrug and walk to the back and investigate the back wall right over here then.
Oh, the back wall, completely blank, just a nondescript stone wall.
Uh,
I'm going to tell everyone then, avert your gaze from the eyes and to approach them that way.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes and walk towards the eyes.
And I'll walk backward.
And attempt to walk through the wall.
Okay. Interestingly, so you watch Matthias close his eyes and walk forward and walk smack dab into the stone wall. Matthias, it kind of bops your nose. It hurts. Artemilius, on the other hand, turns around, stares back in the direction that he came from, and walks backward, and you see Artemilius disappear through the wall.
Oh, very well. Helen's going to do exactly what he did and just walk backwards to the wall.
Seeing this
Okay.
happen, I follow them.
Me too.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to assume, unless I hear otherwise, everyone goes backwards through the wall.
Yep.
I
I'm
wonder
gonna
how
do
skilled
it.
lions are at walking backward.
I'm gonna do it, but as I do it, I'm gonna say, "What was wrong with my way?"
I ran into a wall, that's what.
I did it with my
As you
eyes
all
closed.
walk through the wall, you see a door, plain wooden door at the end of the corridor.
I'll wait for a second for the others to come through if they choose to, and then
Oh,
I'll go to open it.
They've all made it through. And
Yeah.
Artemilius, as you test the door, it is unlocked.
Okay, I'll open it and see what I can see.
Perfect. I'm assuming you all are following Artemilius. You're doing
Yep. Yep.
corridor.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Artemilius, this is what you see. You all enter into this room, and here I haven't set up your tokens in this room yet because I didn't know how far we're going to get. So that is my bad. So let's put the lion on there, and this is Sildar. So
Oh boy. Is there fire in this room?
there is no fire in this room. It is a large stone room. The door that you just entered through is a simple wooden door. This door on the far end, this one up here, is a metal door. Two large black dog-like creatures are standing at the end, growling and staring at you. Smoke is emanating from their muzzles. and their necks seem to glow with an orange, a burning orange color.
Can I cast Ice Neck?
I wish
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh no!
I wish I had a ranged attack at the moment, but it is still cursed.
Actually, this is interesting for you, Artemiles. You would notice this. You seem to be able to. You don't have that pull to use the bow anymore. It does not seem to have any power over dictating what weapons you do or don't use.
Huh. Well, I guess I have my dart, but I'm untrained in using it because I would have learned in the monastery, and I had the bow the whole time.
15 on my
This is initiative.
Yes, and I am just finishing up adding you guys here. Let's see, I still need to add in Helen and Artemiles. Okay. And I'll let you guys put yourselves on here the way that you would like to. You all should have control of your tokens. And here is Artemiles. Okay.
Wait,
So you can only be up to 10 feet in the room at the moment.
No,
I have Ichabod, but I don't have Artemiles.
Up to this square right here.
I'm actually content with where I'm sitting right now.
I have Ichabod control, but I don't have Artemiles control.
Yes. Okay, that's because I just gave it to you. Okay, because this is happening as soon as you're entering the room. You don't really have much time, if any, to prep. So, without further ado, let's find out what everybody rolled. Did anybody get greater than a 25? No. Okay, between 20 to 25.
21 for Artemiles.
Okay, 21 for Artemiles. 15 to 20.
I rolled a 15.
Was that a 15 for Brielle as well?
That was an 18.
18. Okay.
I had a 17.
And a 17 for Sildar. Okay. Perfect. Between 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
7.
7.
Ooh, big numbers. Big numbers. Okay. And for them. Let me double check their decks. Okay. Okay.
Would I roll initiative as a lion?
Yes. Yes.
Wait a minute. The harpy I hexed is still alive, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How long? Oh wait, no. I've been using detect magic. Never mind.
What is the initiative bonus to?
It's your dex modifier. You don't really have a proficiency bonus as a lion, do you?
I have a dexterity.
Yeah, I would just use that.
Yeah, just add that to your initiative roll.
So I guess I would change it to 18 then.
18. Perfect. Good to know. That brings us up to Artemiles as the first.
Okay. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh. And if I can actually use my dart, let me look at it and see what it does when I'm not stabbing people with it.
I hereby move that we rename Sildar's stash to Sildar's secret stash.
Ooh!
It's a range of 20 feet, 60 with disadvantage. So
I vote that my lion.
Your lion has a mustache? Yeah. Whatever animal you turn into. The
also
mustache.
Yes.
I'm probably better making an unarmed attack so that I get my AC bonus. So I will charge across the room because I can do that.
Here.
I have 5 more feet afterward, but I don't think. And I will attack this one.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh no.
45.
19.
Oh, that does hit. Roll damage.
7.
7 damage. Okay, and this is with your sword?
Yes.
Okay. So the sword whips out. The large dog kind of dives underneath it a little bit and comes back up, growling.
Okay. I will take a Kai to make... Actually, no. I'll just make one bonus attack. I'll make an unarmed strike against the other.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Fail? Probably. Wait,
Yep.
I guess I add 5 to that, but still fail.
As you whip around, the other one is already gone. Yep.
And then being mobile, I will finish my movement, and
Oh,
gets an attack of opportunity.
okay. Perfect. That brings us up to the red one's turn. It's going to go 5, 10. Yes, it is moving by you, but no, you don't get an attack of opportunity this time. It seems that for whatever reason, it's aware. So this goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They can move 50 feet. So this one comes down to here next to you, Matthias.
Hello!
Leaps around, takes a deep breath, and exhales a straight line of fire. I need Matthias, Ichabod, Brielle, and Sildar to all make dexterity saving throws,
I'm
DC
ready.
12.
I am so glad I was not in line with all of you guys.
Straight line.
Okay, dex save, correct?
Dex save.
Okay.
And I'll do that as a lion, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, we
Asking questions.
don't
Chill.
ask dumb questions.
That's a
Oh,
valid question.
It's a dumb question.
I have a
Dick.
13.
I have a 7.
Oh, babe. Oh. 4.
Oh,
Way.
makes me feel better.
okay, everybody who got a 12 or more takes 13 points of fire damage. Everybody who got less than a 12 takes 26 points of fire damage.
Oh my goodness.
I drop out of. I'm no longer a lion.
I'm gone. I'm dead.
26 points?
26 points. Brielle, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an HP of 1.
So why did we attack?
Oh,
Wait, I
They
didn't
were
have.
growling, but they didn't attack us.
but Brielle, I don't think that's an instant death because I'm pretty sure you have more than 20 HP total.
I have an HP of 1.
You're so lucky because I'm not. Because I'm not currently raging.
You're not even knocked out. We're not even close to dead.
Brielle drops to the ground, burning. Sildar and the rest of them, the intense heat sears. It's bad.
I stop, drop, and roll.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You have 1 health, so you're not unconscious, or
I have 1 health. I'm fine. I'm just hurt.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you're all up. Brielle looks really rough. That ends that one's turn. That brings us up to.
Hey, Ichabod, are you fire resistant?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
My other bar is.
Brielle, it is your turn, and I'll check Ichabod.
I don't remember if Draconic Heritage gave it to her.
It depends on the color that you take.
Silver.
Cameron
Silver.
technically rolled the same number as me, so I'm gonna let him.
Okay. Sildar, you are up.
Okay, so I am back to my normal self. Yeah. I will. Let's see. Question. No, I know the answer. Never mind. I will use healing word on Brielle.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So
Brielle, you're not unconscious. My apologies. You had 1 HP left.
Yeah. So I'm still probably burning. Just.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yes, Michael.
Oh,
Huh?
I see that it now says Sildar's secret stash.
Yes, it does.
Where?
Oh, and Helen only has one L, and I don't think Ichabod has an H.
It doesn't.
Let me make these changes.
oh, by the way, Sildar, roll for the health regained for
Yeah, is it
Brielle.
1d4?
I believe yes, 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier.
1d4 plus 2. No, that. So 4 health.
Okay. She looks a little better.
Gain 4 health.
oh, thank you.
What you gonna do with the rest of your turn, Sildar?
5.
That'll be it for now.
Okay.
Ichabod just had an
That's it? You're not gonna.
Okay, if that ends Sildar's turn, Brielle, you are up.
Okay. I wish they were close together. That's okay. I'm going to cast. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile. All at the dude who's closest, who fired at us, because I don't like him.
Okay. Roll 3d. I think 3d4 plus 3.
Ichabod.
Yeah.
She's also going to move slightly to the side.
It'll go around him.
I know, but I'm just saying she's.
If she misses, yeah, don't miss.
I got it.
Sildar, are you going to move at all, or are you staying right there?
Oh no! Yeah, I was gonna. I'm going to move.
Okay.
4, 2, 3. Plus 3, you said?
To each one.
Yes.
To each.
Just total. Plus 3.
11.
11 points.
No, 12.
Okay.
12.
12. The 3 magic missiles impact as the large beast shudders with each hit. A quick point of order, Artemiles, I just double-checked their stat sheets. They don't have mobile like I thought that they did, so you could take an attack of opportunity on the red one as it ran past you.
Do it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will. 20 dirty. Actually, no, that's a crit.
That's
I
a
forgot
nat
my
20.
modifier.
Yeah, so roll critical damage against it.
D6, 5, 7.
7 points.
Another 7 points of slashing.
Okay. With that, Brielle, as the last magic missile hits this large hound, it coughs up a little bit, and you see some glowing orange blood spatter out of its snout as it hacks. Okay.
I want to collect that later.
That brings us up to, is that the end of your turn, Brielle?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
Helen, it is your turn.
All right. Well, because we've initiated this attack, I'm going to simply have to act. So I will summon my Shadow Blade, and I will use it to attack the beast next to me.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh, hang on, not 1d.
May I
Hang on.
recommend?
Plus 6. Are we in
Okay.
shadow by any chance? Or dim light.
This room is actually fairly brightly lit, and
Okay.
both of these hounds are emanating light from themselves as well.
Well, that was a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, so that was 13 psychic damage.
Whew.
Wow, good
Okay. Helen, the hound screams in pain, but leaps away, keeping you from striking a mortal blow. Though it shakes its head, you see more droplets of the glowing orange blood come from its ears and its nose as it shakes its head, spattering and sizzling against the stone floor.
Oh, fun. Okay. We pissed it off.
Good.
Is that the end of Helen's turn?
Yes, I don't want to move away and take an attack of opportunity, so
Okay,
I'm
this
not
one
a
is
rogue
going
yet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Inhales and exhales a direct line of fire straight down this line area. Both Matthias and Helen make dexterity saving throws DC 12.
All right, let's. This is gonna suck. Yeah.
Come on! 15, not 15.
Whew, okay, nice.
22.
Okay, this one
Quite as bad as I thought.
you both are able to dive out of the way at the last moment. It still singes you for 8 points of fire damage,
That's
but
not as bad as I thought.
you've avoided the brunt of it. And that's the end of that one's turn. That brings us up to Matthias.
Okay, Mantle of Inspiration going up right now.
You are a wonderful human being.
Is it
Yes.
eight temporary?
8 temporary hit points.
Score, thank you.
I never
Welcome.
lost the original.
And we can, if we have a reaction, we can move or just move.
13.
If you have a reaction, you have to use your reaction to move.
Okay.
So I made an attack. of
Remember,
opportunity, so I'm
try
over
to
there.
move in a way that
Yeah.
you are not in a line.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I'm not using my reaction to move. I'm actually just going to move since it's my turn.
Okay, good thinking.
Okay.
We're actually in a pretty good position right now, I think.
You're in a line with
Brielle.
Brielle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not quite
it'll
sure.
be able to.
Right here.
It'll be able to hit two of you from whatever way it goes
Pretty much.
with a line.
Yeah,
but
I would just avoid putting Brielle in that line since she's already very low.
Thank you.
I will step. Brielle, you're red or blue?
I'm red.
Brielle's
Yeah.
red.
I'll be right here then.
Okay.
All right. And then for my attack, I'm going to use... Well, if I use Dissonant Whispers, it's only going to make one opportunity attack. Spell Economy! Okay. Ooh. Nope. Dang.
Sadly, I am down to no spells that are not cantrips anymore.
Got it.
Till we take a short
Yeah,
rest.
I'm getting close to that.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use Dissonant Whispers on this guy at 2nd level,
The red one?
the one that's right in front of me.
Okay, that's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Charisma.
Ooh, charisma. Okay. Well, you picked a good
No.
one.
Wisdom. It is wisdom. My bad.
Oh, wisdom.
And it's 15 that's got to beat.
I'm sure, it rolled a 6. So roll full damage for that one.
Okay.
At level 2.
I said 2nd level, right?
Yep.
Yes.
We've got 17 points of damage.
That's necrotic or
17
psychic?
points of psychic damage.
Correct.
Nicely done.
Okay.
And as it runs away, I'm gonna punch it with my sword.
Well, it's not running away. Good news. Matthias whispers in a hellish language that is unfamiliar to all of you. The hound screeches and howls again, blood flowing from its face as it drops to the ground and stops moving.
You can see disappointment on Matthias's face as he was about to hit it as it ran away.
I think that brings us up to Ichabod.
Yeah.
And
Think
I'm
about
going
it.
to finish my movement in the corner.
Okay. Perfect.
Everybody's going to run up to this guy and he's shocking grass, but not quite that
Okay, make an attack roll.
That is. Oh, did I press it or didn't press it? 22.
Ooh, roll damage. That hits.
Hey, that is. I'll have to look at what damage that is.
D8.
Is it?
It's a D8 with no modifier.
Okay. Cool.
Electric damage.
D8. There you are. 8.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice jolt.
Okay. So 12 total.
And no, just the 8.
Just
I
the 8.
accidentally hit it on the other one.
Okay. Brielle reaches out. Not Brielle. Ichabod reaches out, lightning flickering from his fingers. The hound leaps to the side as Ichabod brushes, and the hound yelps a little bit. Yeah. Anything else that you're doing on your turn, Ichabod?
I think.
You do have enough sorcery to dual cast if you want to cast a non-cantrip.
Well, I have to look at what I got. Look. No, I'm good for right now. I think that's.
Okay. Perfect. That brings us to Artemiles. Back to the top of the round.
Okay, I'll take advantage of being able to flank and go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 feet. And I will get, if I hit on this, I will get the bonus or sneak attack.
You have a level in rogue now, don't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Oh, yeah, that hits roll damage.
14.
14. Nice. Let's see. Okay,
That's
so
slashing.
Artemiles leaps forward, taking advantage of the slight drop in the hound's defense as it leaps out of the way of the shocking grasp to stab forward with his sword. The hound sees you out of the corner of its eye, and he jumps around, does almost a 180 again, breathing kind of heavy. It's getting winded.
And that was a 21 to hit because I forgot the 2 for flanking.
Oh, yeah, it still hits.
And I will make a single unarmed strike as well.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
13.
Ooh. Unfortunately, the unarmed strike, as it's now looking at you, you strike forward, slap straight into its shoulder, and it feels like you're punching a wall of muscle. It's you don't think that you did much damage there.
Okay.
That brings us up to
I will
Sildar.
finish my movement by moving back so that someone else can flank if they want the spot.
Okay, perfect.
Up to me?
Yes, it is your turn.
There's a nice flanking spot available now.
I will think. What I want to do. Yeah. I will use my bonus action to turn into a brown bear.
Okay. Let me. I will get you a token for that in just one moment.
Go pet the dog.
And I will move. Would that be still flanking, even though he turned towards?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm going to get rid of this token and put you in there real quick.
Sweet.
Okay, my apologies. This is going to take a moment. Anyways, what attack are you making?
I will take the brown bear can do a multi-attack, so I will take a 1 bite attack and 1 claw.
Perfect. Okay, so make your attack roll with an additional +2 bonus because you are flanking, and I believe a brown bear is a large creature.
Yes, a large beast. Ooh. Rat. Oh, that's awesome. Cool.
I looked at the screen and I thought there was a new monster for a second.
I mean,
Kill it!
I was like, crap, kill it!
I rolled an 18, but it's 18 plus 8, so I'm
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
okay. 5.
Okay,
Do you
5.
add strength on that, or
Sorry.
do you add strength modifier on that, or that is?
Yeah, that was 1d8 plus 4.
Okay, respectable. That's your bite attack or your claw attack.
That was my bite, and this
Your
will
bite. Okay, and your
Piercing
claw.
This will be my 10 plus 6, 16, and another 2 for flanking. So
18. Okay, that flanking was a wise move. Roll damage.
that would be 2d6s plus 4. 12.
12. Okay, 12 points of damage. Ooh, that's nice. So you guys see Sildar run forward, drop to the ground, and it just grows as muscles grow. Fur sprouts out. And you see a massive brown bear barreling down on this hound. Hound turns around just in enough time to get bowled over by the bear as you begin biting and clawing. That glowing orange blood is flying left and right, spattering against the ground and sizzling. It's looking pretty rough. It is not in good shape anymore. That brings us up to Brielle.
Jane 20. Okay, I'm going to step to. Yep, to there. And I'm going to cast. Get my stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Do you have a spell slot for that?
I have 1 spell slot for that. 1. So I really hope this does something.
Let me take a rest.
That's just a 20, right?
Yeah, D20 plus your spell attack modifier.
Yeah. 1.
Natural 1.
Oh, Brielle, you tried to focus and concentrate on this arcane witch energy that you had learned about. The burns are distracting, though, and as you begin making the arcane gestures, you move your arm in a way that rubs raw skin against raw skin, and the pain flares through your mind, and the energy dissipates before you can finish the incantation.
Well, at least she has a reason this time. I don't think Witch Bolt's ever worked.
Has never. It's done nothing.
That's spell.
You're getting rid of it. I just hate it so much.
Get rid of it.
That does. Unless Brielle, if there's not, you doing anything else, Brielle?
No.
Did she take any damage from that?
No, I did not take any damage.
No damage from the crit fail. But that does bring us up to Helen's turn.
Very well. I will approach this hound, and I will hold my hand out. No, I didn't throw the blade. I'm still holding it. So I'll reach in, switch hands that I'm holding it, and draw out a dagger, which I will then proceed to attack the hound with the dagger first, and then swipe the blade at it, because both are light weapons.
Okay, make an attack roll for the dagger.
When you're dual wielding, you don't get your proficiency on the second strike.
Correct.
Correct.
Only for damage on the second strike.
Yeah. But for the attack roll, you do.
Cool. So that's a 24 to hit.
Ooh, roll damage.
All right. That is 5 damage.
5 damage. Oh. You sink the dagger into its chest as it yelps, screaming in pain. Still on its feet, just barely. It's breathing heavy. Blood is flowing freely from its wounds. The dagger is up to the hilt. Make your second attack roll.
I'm going to look down imperiously at it and ram the sword into its skull with another 24.
With that, the sword comes down, swiping across, going completely through the body, leaving no physical mark. But the hound yelps and drops to the ground as the dull orange light fades from its throat.
Well, excellent. I'm going to sheath my dagger after cleaning it off.
Matthias is going to start casting Liamon's Tiny Hut.
Oh, that's a I'm so
Bards!
happy you had that spell.
Is that the one where we can all take a rest?
Yes.
Yes,
It's an
please.
impenetrable fortress, basically. Not a fortress. It's more like a little tiny dome, but we are safe
Yeah.
inside it.
It's a 20-foot dome. In one campaign, we killed an acid monster from the safety of the dome. It literally could not hurt us.
That's funny.
So
Nice.
Sildar can't come in, but everyone else is good.
It's not practical in combat use. It's great when you can do it, but it casts 10 minutes to cast, so...
1 minute if you are casting it not as a ritual.
Right.
But the fact that you know this spell means that I would like to learn it from you.
Of course you would.
Eventually.
If you're taking a long rest, Sildar will regain all of his wild shapes back at the end of the long rest. So.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about going. I would like to rip at the Hellhound. Is it Hellhound? I'm assuming, right?
Yes. These were a special breed of hellhounds that you guys are unfamiliar with, but you do know about hellhounds.
I will rip at the Hellhound and throw it over against the wall so it's out of the way of our hut.
Okay. You notice that the blood is now just a blackish orange, but there's no more glow or sizzle in the blood.
Disappointing. Not as cool if it's going.
And then I will drop out of my bear shape.
Okay.
While I'm casting my ritual, I'm going to say, anybody had Hellhound before?
Oh my goodness.
Do they have any muscle on? Muscle? Imagine they're mostly just decrepit flesh.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine if anyone could make it work, I could.
Matthias, roll a general intelligence check.
Okay. General intelligence. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was on nat 20 for a second and rolled over to a 2.
Yeah, it
So-
seems like eating hellhound would be a pretty good idea. You think it might taste pretty good.
But then you'd have to stop making the hut. So make the hut.
Well, I'm just gonna make it around one of the corpses.
Then we'll make a Hellhound pizza, and it'll be the Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Oh boy. With that, we'll actually call the session for tonight. There are a few more rooms potentially to get through here, and they may take longer or shorter depending on how things go. So with that, we will end with you all going into the hut. We can discuss what happens with the potential Hellhound meal in the next session. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week to find out what happens when you eat Hellhound and to see what is beyond the door that the party decides to go through. So with that, everybody take care. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you next week, and thank you for your guys' support. See you guys later.
Bye.
Hey, thank you all
Good
very
night,
much.
everybody.